Premier Doug Ford could trigger an early election call as early as next week. That's according to sources close to his government. The sources say they expect the campaign to start next week or the following one. The Premier wouldn't commit publicly today.
Stay tuned. But we need a mandate from the people. We need a mandate to protect and possibly spend billions of dollars to protect people's jobs, to protect businesses, and to protect communities.
That spending following tariffs by the U.S. government coming February 1st, according to President Donald Trump, then counter tariffs by Canada. Ford spoke following a meeting, virtually this time, with the other premiers and the Prime Minister. Alberta's Premier Danielle Smith still not on side with the others. She doesn't want oil and gas to become a bargaining chip in any tariff war.
As I said to the premiers, you can't bring a knife to a gunfight. Usually the guy with a knife loses when in a gunfight.
Tariffs could become an expensive issue in Ontario, and they're what Ford and his government want to fight the next election on. The Economic Development Minister has been talking tariffs in several U.S. states, most recently in Washington, D.C. for the inauguration.
You just will not find anybody who believes that these tariffs are going to help anybody.
He was also asked about campaigning in winter.
I don't speculate on what it will be like to campaign. You know, I'm ready anytime the Premier tells us that we're going to go to a campaign.
Early election buzz already started last May, when the Premier refused to rule out going to the polls early, well before tariffs were in the picture.
This is about Mr. Ford wanting to gain more seats when he already has a majority. This isn't about standing up to Mr. Trump.
If there is a winter election, the opposition will be fighting to keep other issues front and center.
If he intends to go to the polls, then I think the question people will be asking themselves on Election Day is also, is my life any better today than it was 7 years ago?
Today, right after speaking to reporters, Ford popped back out. The camera's still rolling.
Off the record, you guys, your bosses are going to love it. There's maybe tons of advertising.
Yet another indication that the election call is coming, well before that fixed election date of June 2026. Lorenda, Reddekopp, CBC News, Toronto.